Hi, welcome to the Zakuna video series. In this presentation, we'll go over the introduction of an ERP. And the agenda for this presentation is the definition, need for ERP, overview of an ERP system, and an example of how an ERP would work in an organization. So what does ERP stand for? Primarily stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. As the definition indicates, enterprises or organizations implement an ERP system so that they can plan their resources in the most efficient way to maximize their profit while keeping the costs low. And in order to achieve that objective, companies try to or implement the ERP systems that are available in the market. So need for ERP. Now, if you look at a typical business, which is if you, with the exception, of probably a non-profit, but most of the corporations that major corporations that are available that exist, they're in the process of at the end of the day, they want to make money. They want to show profits to their stakeholders or shareholders. So here we have an example where you have a business that primarily buys raw materials from a vendor, and once it creates a finished product, it sells those products to the end customer. Now, and as in the process of conducting the business, when it is making payments or collecting money and making deposits, it interacts with the bank. Now, a business doesn't really just deal with one vendor or one customer. So on the vendor end, it might have multiple vendors that it is dealing with on a day-to-day basis, and on the same end, it might be dealing with multiple customers where it is dealing with on a daily basis to conduct their business. And within the organization, it has employees who are handling different parts of the business. So there might be a group of employees who work with or who look towards the buying of the raw materials and dealing with the vendors, primarily working in the purchasing department. And there would be a group of employees who are primarily targeting the customers. So they would be working in the sales and marketing. Now there may be other group of employees who deal with the day-to-day finances and dealing with the deposits and payments and the day-to-day accounting activities. So they might be part of the finance department. And then there'd be another department which actually takes care of all these employees, primarily the HR. So you have a lot of these entities within the company, and then you also have these outside entities that are interacting with the company. And in order to keep track of these different entities, an organization would need to have a system in place or a few systems in place to take care of each of those individual tasks. So now if you take that a step further and look at the company from its department standpoint, here we see that, as we talked about, the company kind of made up of these different departments. So and each department kind of having its own set of functionality on how to handle those individual tasks. Now in here, so if a company is using each individual systems to manage the day-to-day activities, so for example, in the sales and marketing, it uses, let's say, a standalone CRM system, and in the billing and collections, it uses a receivable system. Now, in the sales and marketing, would be maintaining the customer information, and the receivables will also be maintaining the customer information. So here we have the same organization maintaining two different systems, both of which are maintaining the same information, which is the customer information. Similarly, the purchasing department would be maintaining the vendor information. So is the payables department, or the payable system that supports the payables activities would be maintaining the vendor system. So if an organization has two different standalone systems, one dealing with dealing with the purchasing department and the other one handling the payables business flows. So here you have two different systems, uh, two different disconnected systems maintaining duplicate data. Now, and another example, and another reason why the companies would need an ERP, for example, is, let's say if the organization comes up with a new product, and now the sales and marketing needs to market that product. Now, it may not exactly know how many of their potential customers that are in the list are actually using their existing products, and which they can get that list by going to the AR system. By having this disconnected systems, the sales and marketing might actually be, rather than targeting existing customers first who have already purchased their previous products, they might be spending most of their marketing sales and marketing efforts on a broader set of potential customers. Right. Now, if we take that to the next level, where an organization like GE with multiple divisions or companies, and you have each division having its own set of systems, at the end of the day, you have a company which has all these disconnected systems, and if an organization with the changing economic environment wants to make a change or make decisions, they may not really have full information at their fingertips, because the information is spread across multiple disconnected systems and would require a lot of effort and manual process to actually pull logical and meaningful information out of it. So why does and how does ERP systems help in these situations? We'll cover that in our second video that we're going to continue.